Have you ever been on a project that just felt like it was crawling along, only to have one single last-minute change send everything into total chaos? Yeah, me too. Today, we're going to talk about a totally different way of working, one that's built for a world that never stops changing. We're talking about Agile and Scrum, and in the next 5 minutes, I promise you'll get what they are, how they work, and why so many teams swear by them to build better stuff faster.
You know the feeling, right? You've got this perfect, beautiful, detailed plan. Everything is mapped out for months to come. And then, bam, reality hits. A client has a new idea, some new tech pops up, where the market just completely shifts. All of a sudden, that rigid plan feels more like a prison than a map. Well, that exact problem is why Agile was invented.
Okay, so first things first, we have to get this straight. Agile is not a set of instructions. It's not a rule book. Before it's any kind of process, it's a philosophy. It's a whole new way of thinking about how to get work done when you know for a fact that things are going to change.
And this right here is what it's all about. Let's zoom in on a few key words: evolve, collaborative, and flexible response to change. See, it's not about having a perfect plan from the get-go. It's about starting with a clear goal and then adapting your path as you learn more, building things with your team and your customer along the way.
This slide really gets to the heart of the Agile mindset. Look, it's not saying that things like processes or documentation are useless. Of course not. But what Agile says is we should value actual conversations, a product that works, and real customer collaboration more. It's a simple, but honestly, a really powerful shift in what we decide is most important for a project to succeed.
And these principles show you that mindset in action. You can see how everything just flows from that number one priority, making the customer happy. And how do you do that? Well, you welcome change instead of fighting it. Because, let's be honest, change often leads to a way better product. You prove you're making progress with software that actually works, not just a bunch of status reports. It's a really practical approach that focuses on what actually delivers results.
Okay, so we've got the philosophy down. But a philosophy alone doesn't build anything, right? You need a practical way to put it into action. And that, my friends, is where Scrum comes in. It's probably the most popular framework out there for actually doing Agile.
So that's the big question, isn't it? If Agile is the why, then how do you actually do it? Well, Scrum is the how. It gives you the structure you need to make all those Agile ideas a reality.
The best way to think about Scrum is like a playbook. It's lightweight, but it gives you a clear set of rules. Specific roles for everyone on the team, a schedule of meetings, and some tools to keep track of all the work. It's designed to help a team build a product one piece at a time, incrementally.
Now, at the foundation of this whole playbook are 3 pillars: transparency, so everyone knows what's going on; inspection, so you're constantly checking your work; and adaptation, so you can change course when you need to. And holding up those pillars are 5 key values for the team: focus, respect, openness, courage, and commitment. This is the stuff that makes a team truly great.
All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Now, even though Scrum is flexible, it's not a free-for-all. It has a very specific rhythm and a few rules you just can't break. This structure is what makes that whole cycle of inspecting and adapting actually work.
The heartbeat of Scrum is the sprint. It's a short, fixed period of time, usually 2 to 4 weeks, where the team works to build something real. Think of it like a mini project. Each one starts with a planning session, has a daily 15-minute check-in to keep everyone synced up, and ends with 2 super important meetings: the review, where you show off what you built, and the retrospective, where the team talks about how to get even better. And then you immediately start the next one.
Now, these rules might seem a little random, but trust me, they are critical. Short, back-to-back sprints create momentum. Keeping the team small, between 5 and 11 people, means you can move fast and communicate easily. And that daily check-in, same time, same place, every day. It's the team's pulse. It's this discipline that actually gives you the freedom to be flexible. So is Scrum the perfect solution for every single project out there? Of course not. Nothing is. It's a really powerful tool, but it absolutely comes with its own set of trade-offs. It's so important to understand both the good and the bad. On the plus side, Scrum gives you amazing visibility and makes it super easy to change direction, which often saves a ton of time and money. But that same flexibility can lead to something called scope creep, where the project just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And because you're not planning it all out years in advance, giving a final price tag or deadline can be tough. And let's be real, it demands a team that is experienced, committed, and can manage themselves. And that brings us right back to where we started. Frameworks like Scrum exist because of one simple truth: the world does not stand still. So I'll leave you with this question. While embracing change definitely has its challenges, in a world like ours, maybe the biggest risk of all is creating that perfect plan and then sticking to it no matter what, while everything changes around you.